Hey, welcome back. So life can get stressful, and when it does that, I tend to hibernate and have a Studio Ghibli marathon, which I've been doing recently, which made me just long for some Studio Ghibli inspired Lego, even more so. So today I want to make a cozy character. So it's going to be mushroom inspired. There's already this really cute little kawaii mushroom in Lego, but I want to make a mushroom character. Hopefully. I mean, this is all just plans, and we're just gonna see how this works out. So, I really think that the microdolls already have this organic-y kind of, because they're fixed, so they don't have any articulation. So I reckon she could already be like a mushroom stump, like her body. And if I take her hair off, I could make a mushroom hat. A mushroom hat! Okay, I'm totally on board with this idea now. Alright, I've got a couple of these build characters, so I'm willing to sacrifice one for an experiment. And I have a heap of these hats, so I'm going to use this as the base and then build on top of it with some polymer clay. Or I could use air dry clay, but it's harder to get good definition with air dry clay. So I'm going to try with polymer clay first. Go with the harder option first, I think, because baking stuff can tend to warp things. So I do use Fimo if I'm using polymer clay to make stuff for Lego, because in my experimenting, I've discovered that Fimo has a lower baking temperature than other brands, so I don't tend to melt the Lego mini dolls in the little toaster oven that I bake them in. So I have had good luck with this in the past. So hopefully today will remain like this. So let's get started. All we have to do is really build on top of this hat and make it a nice little organic mushroomy shape. And I've taken the hat off, Bill. We're going to do all the working on Lego that I'm willing to sacrifice because I don't want to get her all dirty. So let's start off with getting the Fimo all ready for actual working. And when you get it out, it's really, really hard. And mine's probably a bit older, so it's probably harder, but it's much harder than some of the other brands like Sculpty. Sculpty's quite soft, but I do like Fimo for the fact that it's hard because it holds the definition really easily. It doesn't squish under my fingers. You do have to work it a lot harder to start with, but this is now ready to go. So we've just got it in a ball and we're going to just squish this ball over the hat. This is it. I mean, this is just called Rafferty's Rules. We're making it up as we go along. It can't be that hard, right? So we're putting it on the top of this little hat and then just squeezing it around and getting it into a shape. It's nice and simple. The concept is nice and simple. Whether I can actually get it to look nice is going to be a different matter. So squishing it down over the edges a bit so that it doesn't kind of pop off the hat in the oven, though I just don't know. I don't know how this is going to manage in the oven. It's all just a fun experiment. You guys come along for the ride. So I think that's pretty good. It doesn't need to be even. It needs to be nice and, organic. I'm going to use that word a lot. Nice and squishy looking and uneven and all the good things. And now that we've got our nice shape, I think, so I'll just pat it a bit more, smooth some of the fingerprints off it just gently, and then we'll just add some white spots. And before we do that, I am going to go and keep smoothing it. I'm going to go and wash my hands because the residue of the red will go directly onto the white. Yeah, onto the white, so it's not going to go well. So hands washed. Lovely, nice clean hands. Now I've got a fresh piece of paper too because I had red on the other one. We have some white polymer clay, which is really so hard to keep clean, so I'm trying my hardest. Didn't even start well. All we have to do is roll these into little tiny balls, squish them down, not too hard so that they stick to the, I want them to stick to my fingers so then I can stick them onto our little mushroom hat, which I keep calling, it's really kind of a toadstool because you don't want mushrooms that are red with white spots. So it's a toadstool hat, really, right? That's too squished down. Let's just start that one all over again, turn it back into a circle, a little ball squished down, and then put it on. And we're just going to go dot, dot, dot all the way around with different sizes of little dots, make a few ready to go. And that's it. And then when we whop it. Then when we wipe it in the oven, whop is like whap and pop. It was two words shoved together. When we put pepper poppity in the oven, oh my gosh, speaking is beyond me today. I think I'll just stick with putting little white dots on the toadstool. Yeah, we're going to put it in the oven soon though. That looks really cute. That's really cute. Okay, very happy with that. Now I'm going to put it on my pre-prepared doll, which has been in the toaster oven a lot of times. So she's looking worse for wear, but she has she's stood up to a whole heap of heat. And we got the alfoil base to hold her nice and steady. That looks really cute. Let's take that. I just want to keep poking it though. This is my problem. I keep wanting to touch it and I really just need to go and put it in the oven before some disaster strikes. Just stop touching it. Just go in the oven. Right, at 110 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. And I did manage to drop it on the way to the oven. So this is a completely different one that I prepared off camera. Looks different. I don't think it's as good as the first one. And we had some issues here. The actual hat has warped with the heat because it's such a thin plastic. So I'm just going to remove the hat now because on the underside I was going to add gills anyway. The little, variegated bits underneath. Isn't that cute? Right, so that hat is useless, but that's fine. I was willing to sacrifice it for the cause. And now if I put this in, but I was hoping I could use the hat because it has the little attacher to the head, that little anti-stud with just the right size, and I don't know how we're going to go with putting, with this. So anyway, it's all fun. It's all a bit of an experiment. It's all for science. So these are going to be the underside gilled bits, just smoothing this in a bit. This you probably can't tell with the camera, but it's just got a slight fleshy pink shade to it. It's just slightly different. So I want to stick this in and just see how far in we want it to go. You see, that looks all right. Maybe it would be better on an angle. I've already pushed it in now, though. I suppose I can just... Okay, now I know what I can do. So if I then remove, so we've got the shape in there, we've got the head shape in there, fine, ready to go. We'll take her out. There we go. That's really, that's a good impression. And then I want to smooth this out a bit around. That's terrible. I've chosen entirely the wrong tool. Maybe I'm just want to smooth it. This is, no, also not going to smooth. I'm just going to use my finger, which is a bit big and blunt, but it's doing the job fine. I'll recreate that shape in the middle later on. I don't know what I'm doing. Can you tell? Is it obvious? And I might just completely cut out that middle dot so that it's not going to be a problem. And then we'll reshape it. Yeah, we'll reshape. But now at least we know where we want the head to go in the middle. Who am I trying to convince? In the middle, Ellie. That's pretty logical. Anyway, let's make the shape first. So let's make all of these little variegations. So we need little stripes. I've got my little pointy tool here, but you can do this just as easily with a toothpick. The pointy tool's got a little bit less drag on it because toothpicks would, but will do just as well, especially as we're going for an organic feel. So it doesn't have to be perfect and terribly smooth. We just want it to, we just need those shapes in there. That looks pretty good. That looks really, that was really easy. That was really cute. I want these to go a little bit further around the edge, or do I? Because they sit underneath. They don't go up near the cap. Too late, I've already started. We're going to continue like this. This is the experiment one. Might have to redo this in another video and do it better if it doesn't work out so well. So if we put this back now onto the head, onto that stud, and see, which way do I want to be the front? So many decisions. There we go. That looks kind of a bit gammy, so looks a little bit lopsided, but we can manage with lopsided. I've got polymer clay everywhere now. Squish it on nice and hard. Oh, that does look cute. That does look cute. All right, that's okay. We're doing okay. It's going okay. It is okay. Okay, yes, that looks very cute. Now, we'll take that off very carefully. Yeah, see, it still works. I'm so apprehensive about putting this now into the oven because it's going to stick onto the mini doll's head, because that's how I generally make the hair. I've never tried to have a removable headpiece before, so today we're going to line the head with alfoil, so just one single thin layer of alfoil. So this should mean that we can then take that headpiece off, or the hat piece, little mushroom top, off later. Hopefully, fingers crossed, let's take this and bake it and see how we go. Here we go, all the fingers crossed. Okay, so back from the oven. It looks really nice. I didn't drop it this time. Good news, and it's coming. It came off! There we go, but the proof is whether it actually fits onto an unbaked mini doll head. It's so perfect. It fits on so perfectly. Oh my goodness. Oh, this just changes my world. But when I'm making new hair pieces too out of polymer clay, so I should have tried that alfoil trick before. But I do need to see their faces so I can see how their hair looks in proportion to the face while I'm busy styling it with polymer clay. Anyway, it's a plan for the future. Okay, next up, choosing a body now for our mushroom. I've got we've got a few different microdoll choices here, so maybe we could just have a cute little... We got the bell dress, we could go with that, but colour-wise it doesn't work at all. We've got a blue dress here, which also just doesn't go. What else we got? We could use the little... That's very cute. Actually, I like the shape of that. I like that. Or maybe we could have this one, which looks very cute too. I could put like a tree head, like a fluffy tree head on him, but no, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take Belle's dress, because I do have two of them, and I'm going to paint it to match the rest of her skin tone, so she just looks like an entire mushroom stalk. So all in light nougat. Here we go. So this is what it looks like, and it kind of just looks... It looks like she's completely naked. So, well, she doesn't, but I mean, dress is now just the same color as the skin. It looks okay. I feel as though maybe I need to do something. Maybe if I match the gills underneath to match the same color as the rest of her body. So here we go. That's painted up now. So it all matches, and now it looks... It looks bizarre. I kind of like it. Like, here's the little acorn boy that I've put together from the acorn hat. Maybe she does need some clothes. So I took her away and I just added texture and layers of colour so that it looks still like it's a stalk. She looks almost like she's wearing a dress, like a little frill around her neck. And I coloured up the gills underneath the mushroom top too. Not 100% convinced that it that it doesn't look completely garbage, but it also kind of looks cute. It's much more like real lifey looking than the cartoony style of Lego, so maybe that's why it doesn't really go. But I may go back and do something else, but I do want to make a whole host of little cozy woodland folk with different hats. Maybe they will actually have dresses though next time. We'll just have to see. But I did have fun, and I did learn some things about what I could and couldn't do and possibly shouldn't do, like paint them so they look nude. Okay, all right, concerning. All right, let me know in the comments how you think this turned out. Please be gentle. And I will see you with another video really, really soon. Okay, bye.